Strange old game in football, eh? What do you make of your side's performance today?
It's a good question. Well, the biggest thing is obviously that we won the game, and we just hung in there because, well, we knew before the game it probably didn't suit us with the conditions, and the wind was obviously bad, but the pitch was still really good. So, like the way that we want to try and play, we should use the pitch more by obviously trying to play through teams, whatever. But we just weren't our day in terms of the football that we played. We started the game really poor and we were lucky up until, call it whatever you want, but obviously I made the substitution and changed the formation, which I felt suited us better. I thought we were comfortable after that. I can't remember if they had a real chance after that, maybe one, but we looked more solid defensively. And that's what we kind of said to them at half time, you know, stay in the game with a little bit of good play that we had for our first goal, and we just thought as the game goes on we'll pin him in and then we'll start playing the football and hopefully create chances. But as I say, we didn't really play that well with the ball, but that is a great result, a great result.
I agree entirely. How big a decision was it to make this substitution so early in the game?
Yeah, well, it's not nice because obviously, Dave Ferguson's done really well for me so far, you know, but it was just, I had to do it. It was a tactical thing. I think I've said all along while I've been doing this, if I need to change it, I'll change it. And at that period in the game, we needed to change it, or it had been a really tough day for us today because we weren't at it in terms of organisation, and what they did to us was just pin us back by the 3 forward players playing really narrow, so it was man for man, and we weren't getting any cover on the opposite side when they had the ball. So that was basically why I did it. And Dave was fine. Look, he's a good kid. And I just spoke to him then, I said, look, I had to do it, and he said, well, it doesn't matter, we've won the game now, so that's exactly what I wanted him to say.
How disappointed were you then with your start to the game? First of all, did you think it was a penalty as well?
I don't know, I'd have to see it again, but we lost the ball in bad areas, first and foremost, and then one of the things that we'd worked on was their style of play was dealing with long balls, dealing with midfield players breaking forwards, and we didn't track the lad who actually got the penalty, so that from our point of view that was poor. But like I say, we're delighted in the end with the result, but that is definitely something that we've got to improve on, you know. I thought we were better last week, but this is his bread and butter, the league fixtures, and we've got to be at it right from the start, because it doesn't matter what level it's at. If you have to keep fighting your way to get back into games by going a goal down, at some stage it'll cost you.
Do you think it's fair to say you probably got away with it today?
I do, yeah. I do, in terms of obviously what happened early on in the game. By 25 minutes, half an hour, we could have had a mountain to climb by then, so we were lucky. But then I thought after that, we never played well with the ball, but we looked better in terms of our shape without the ball. And they had little bits of counter-attacks and stuff like that, but that was through our mistakes again. So, look, there's a hell of a lot to work on, but as I say, I'm so pleased with the players, because them type of wins today are actually, they dictate where you end up. The good teams in this league and the teams that end up being up there at the end of the season, they win that game today, even when they play really poor. So hopefully that's a good sign.
And the 2 goals you scored were actually really good goals. Nice little move, the one with the first goal, and a decent finish when it felt in Jordan.
Yeah.
So many times you see them fly over the bar.
Yeah, well, that's probably the 2 real bits of quality that we had in the game. That's what we're capable of. We know we've got that, and we didn't do it today for whatever reason. But we managed to obviously stick at it, and the 2 bits of quality that we got managed to win us a game by a good little bit of play, good finish. I thought Jordan Burrows was excellent again, and then obviously Hezzy's come up and finished it off with an absolute wonder strike. So I was going to run after him, to be fair, and celebrate with him, but I thought I better not.
We'll say, please don't shoot.
Well, to be honest, he does it in training all the time. We've seen him do that time and time again. And obviously he hit the post last week, and he said in the dressing room actually, I fancy myself today, so when he's gone and done that, which is brilliant.
Did it at Macclesfield about 18 months ago as well, for City, to the other corner, to win a game for you City. As you say, they must be devastated in that Southport dressing room. Once again, can you put your finger on why a team at the bottom has caused your team so many problems, especially in that first half?
Well, I think this league is not an easy league. You know, we've watched their games before, and we knew what to expect. And there's so many different styles of play in this league, and probably their style's a little bit more direct than ours. And if you're not well organised, it can be just a split thing where they pick up a second ball and score. And I think confidence levels at this level are so up and down that if you can get a goal in front, then it gives you something to hang on to, and it gives you a little bit more confidence. And I think that's the way that it is. But we need to be better than that, because we feel like we've got better quality players. We've got players who've played at a higher level quite a lot. So we should be able to deal with that better. But like I say, we've got to start games better than what we have done.
What do you think Tom Allen did today? It's obviously
outstanding.
The first time he's played under you, and it can't be easy coming off the 20-odd minutes. He wouldn't have known longer than that because he was coming on.
Yeah, it's really difficult for defenders to come on in games, because you're trying to get used to the speed of it, you know. And at the time when he comes on, we weren't really playing very well. But I thought he did really, really well. And we actually spoke yesterday. I'll be honest with you, I've had quite a lot of interest in him from clubs. But I think there's a player in there, and he's a young age. He's 6'4", 6'5", left-sided, got good pace. And basically what I said to him yesterday was, I'm going to batter you. I'm going to batter you in terms of work, defensive work, and I think I can make him into a player.
Now you look forward to a cup tie next week. It's going to be maybe pretty similar to what you found here today at Southport.
Yeah. We know what to expect again. We know what it's going to be like. We'll keep working, keep saying the same things. But I think that's probably the poorest we've been with the ball today so far. So that was way below our standard in terms of the way that we want to try and play. But in terms of digging one out, that is a big result.
You can see just from the celebration on the bench at the end, all the hugging, the high five, always giving each other.
Yeah, well, I spoke to the players yesterday, because it was the first time I'd seen them since obviously what happened on Wednesday. And they've played a massive part in me getting the job. That is without a doubt. I mean, it's very difficult for them because everything's a little bit up in the air, and I'm trying to get my ideas and Stuart's ideas over, and they've just bought into it. You know, they could have quite easily been a little bit reserved and thought, well, you haven't got the job yet. You know, it might be somebody else that comes in. So do we totally commit? But they've been excellent, and we actually thanked them yesterday because of that, because they have played a big part in obviously what's happened, and I really do appreciate that, and I know Stuart's the same. But we've said to them at the end of the meeting, but this is just a start now. Now we really want to try and kick on.
You brought the whole of your squad here, so there's 23 players out there with you at the start. Is that something you would like to do on a regular basis, or is it just something that just didn't happen today?
No, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I think it's really important that we're together as a group. And so far, every single game that we've had, the lads that have not been in the squad, their attitudes have never sulked, they've never moaned, they've never come banging my door down saying, why is this not happening, why that's not happening. Every time we've come into train on a Monday morning, whether they've played, whether they've not played, their attitudes have been spot on, and that's why I want us to be a really close group, because I think we'll be better in the long run because of that.
Final question, Jake Wright had to have the ice pack on when he came off. How was he?
Yeah, he just got a knock in the first half. I think he's had, over the years, I think he had a really serious injury, and he was a young boy with one of his ankles, so he got a bad whack in the first half, and he was limping a little bit, but he's the type of character who wanted to carry on. But we felt we needed to obviously get Macca on at that time, but hopefully he's going to be alright. I don't think it's anything serious, I just think maybe a few days and it'll settle down.
Sorry, one more just as well. San has up with his 4th yellow card today.
Yeah.
Jake's on 4 yellows as well. Is that something you need to be aware of? Maybe try and get some of these players to maybe not try and pick up as many bookings as what they have in the
Well, it is, yeah, but it's a fine line, because you want everybody to be on the front foot. You know, you want people to be aggressive, especially midfield players. If it's stupid free kicks and needless yellow cards, then that's different. But if you want players to be really aggressive when you've not got the ball, well, I did it myself when I played. When there's times in the game and it's got to be a professional foul, hey, that's a good yellow card. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, exactly. That's good. That's exactly what you see. That's game understanding. You know, that's a good time to do it. So, like I say, there's a little balance between that. But if it's stupid, one's fine. But if my lads are at it and they're on the front foot and they're having a go, look, we're going to get bookings. We're going to get lads. We're going to lose for a game. But I need to have that intensity there as well. So sometimes I've got to take that on the chin a little bit.
That's York City manager Sam Collins talking to us live here on BBC Radio.